I'm back with my TCM Spotlight co-host, author and film historian Mark Harris. His book, Five Came Back, has served as our Bible for our programming each Tuesday night this month. Mark, again, thanks for being here. So, you know, we talked a little before the movie about the worries that the bringing office, the production code office had before the movie. It seems so silly in hindsight. One of the things they didn't want was Charles Coburn saying, damn the torpedoes, he says steam and speed. He mixes it up in the movie. But they didn't want him to say that, and Harry Cohn just ignored that request.
Yeah, it's funny. The Breen office was really, really strict about things they could see on the page of a script, like the word damn in Damn the Torpedoes. That actually turned into a fight, and it almost feels like a deliberate act of defiance on Stevens' part that Charles Coburn says it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But when you could hide something really racy from the production code just by not describing it fully, you could get away with a lot on screen because the production office judged scripts much more closely than final movies. So the walking home scene where Joel McCrea keeps undressing Jean Arthur, you can write that as just, you know, he walks her home and get away with murder.
Now, George Stevens, as we talked about beforehand, was as wonderful a director of these light romantic comedies as there was in Hollywood, but he wanted to do more. The war gave him an opportunity to do that. And his journey when he joined the service was a long one, and it was unlike the journeys that any of the other 5 directors in your book had.
Yeah, I think Stevens had the most fascinating journey of the 5 in the war itself. He starts out in North Africa, and almost the first assignment he has is to fake footage, to restage the liberation of a village for the documentary Tunisian Victory.
He gets to the front the day before the Nazis retreat.
Right, and he sort of vows never to make that mistake again. You know, one of his next big assignments is he and John Ford together oversee the filming of D-Day, and then Stevens proceeds through France with first the U.S. Army and then the French Army, because the French Army is going faster and he wants to get there first, to film the liberation of Paris. Then he's caught in the Battle of the Bulge, and at the end of the war, it's Stevens and his men who go through the gates of Dachau right after the liberation of the camps.
It's no wonder that those events, that last year that he spent in Europe during combat, changed him forever.
Yeah, try as I might, I cannot imagine what it must have been like for him as a man and as a filmmaker to go into Dachau at a time before he could really have possibly known what lay on the other side of those gates. I mean, that imagery, as horrifying as it is familiar to all of us by now. But for him to encounter it for the first time and to know instantly that his job was to film it, no wonder he was changed forever.
All right, Mark, thanks very much. Stick around. Mark and I will be back to introduce a George Stevens documentary short made near the end of the war about the effort to bring Nazi war criminals to trial.
Turner